Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher, and I'm hoping for spring. It's not spring here. I think the warmest we've had is 44 degrees, so we're still in winter, but we're going to do a spring tangle called Tulipa by Simone Mazel. And it's a fun tangle to do. You can see I've done it on the triangle, 3 Z's. I've done it on a square. I've done it also on another 3Z, a white one, and I've done it on a black bookmark. It's just a fun tangle to do. And I haven't done it on a brown tile, so I think I'm going to do it on a brown tile today. And I'm going to use a black pen because I think it shows up better. And I believe I will put with my pencil a dot in the corners and a border. It's kind of hard to see the border on the brown. Will come in. I'm going to adjust the light here a little bit. There, that's a little bit better. Not quite as bright, you can see it. Sometimes I get it too bright and you can't really see the tangles. So we're going to start out, and I'm going to start at the bottom and kind of work my way up. If you see this particular one, that's how I'm going to do it. So we're just going to start here at the bottom, and I'm going to draw a line and then echo that line so they're two right together. Let's come in a little bit closer so you can see, and then we come down from the top, and you want to kind of be narrow at the top and then widen out because it's a kind of a little tulip shape. So we'll do another one. And if they widen a little bit at the top, that's okay. I did that on purpose to widen it up. And now I'm going to do a little holly bob behind so that overlaps. And you can see that I just do my two little lines, just come up, and I really don't have a set purpose. Or a definite idea of what I'm going to do. I'm just drawing. This one's going to come from way down below and up. And it's going to come, I didn't quite come to the top of there. Or we can just come out from the side. And let it come down. I'm just going to fill in this whole tile with my little tulip design. I think I can get one more little tiny one right up here. And there we have our little tulip design. And now I can add either a white. That's the one wonderful thing about the brown paper is I can come in and add a white pen, or I can use a brown pen. And I'm going to just add a little accent with a brown pen. And I'm going to come up and I'm just going to have a little stem coming out. I should have started all the way down at the bottom, all the way up. Let me come in a little bit again so you can see. I'm going to start here and I'm going to come up and give myself a little fescue. That is not part of the design, but I'm going to add that in here. My pen didn't want to draw there. But you can see I can just add these little fescues in here, coming right up the middle. Just coming right up the center. And then I'm going to take my a terracotta pencil and I'm going to just use that to color in my background with my terracotta pencil so that I get a little different background. Or I can take my white chalk, my white pencil. It's not the chalk, but it's the Prismacolor, and I can give them a little white background on here, just to give that. And you can see here I did a little pink. This one's a little bit better. You can see the pink in that. On the gray I did pink and white, so you can see the difference. But so you can see how much fun that is. This one was just done with just the Jelly Roll and the O5 Jelly Roll, which is a fine point, and a little pink pencil and chalk. But you can see how much fun that is to just shade these in. And you can give it a really dark shade with that terracotta pencil and then blend it with some odorless paint thinner. And I'm going to dip into my odorless paint thinner and let that come up on my, and then we're just going to blend that pencil I love blending with the odorless paint thinner. It's just so much easier for me than blending. I did have somebody ask me, why don't you just blend your colored pencil? And you can blend colored pencil, but I love just using the odorless paint thinner and blending that in, and you get it another look altogether. And I could blend it from the bottom up on this one. And when I outlined it in black, it just helps it pop out. But you can see how much fun that is to just blend. And I just scribble some of that in, then take my shading stump and blend that away. Let's see what happens. I've got a little terracotta in here on, and I'm just going to blend the white that had a little terracotta already on there and see what happens. I like it. It didn't make much difference. Let's take my white pencil and now this is not chalk. This is a Prismacolor pencil. so it will blend differently than a chalk. I like the Prismacolor white when I don't want it to smear. I just want it to blend. Probably needs a little bit more Prisma right here. But you can see how fun that is to, and what that does for your brown paper. I'm just going to continue to go so I can fill this in. I'm just going to put a little bit of the terracotta pencil at the top, and then blend it with my odorless paint thinner. I just dipped again. You can see that it's a little wet. And on the brown paper, it changes it just a little darker, but then as it dries, it lightens back up. I'm just going to blend that all the way down in there. Pick up the pigment at the top and pull it down in. I don't know if I've ever seen brown tulips, but I would love them. So now I'm going to take my, this needs to dry a little bit, and then I'm going to take my white jelly roll pen and add a little bit of accents. Let's see if it's dry enough too. Might not be dry enough to add that. Sometimes if you can't get your jelly rolls to write, they need to be warmed up. And I've said that before. If they're cold, they don't want to work very well. So we're going to warm that up just a little bit. And usually I have a little rice bag here. This is just a little bag filled with rice. And I'm going to pop it in my microwave. And you could see that this, I'm going to get just a little scrap of paper here. And you can see that it's not writing well at all. Neither one of these are. I don't believe either one of them are. That one's coming out a little bit better. Those are that one was an 05 and one was an 08. You can see one's an 05, one. I'm going to pause just a minute, and then I'm going to warm this up, and I'll show you what we can do. Okay, I've heated up my bag, and now I'm just going to take my pins, and I'm just going to nestle them just inside of this little bag for just long enough to get them warmed up, and so that they will they'll draw a little bit better. We'll see if this pen is working. Well, that pen's working, so we'll just, and I'm just going to come in here and right on top of my color, I'm just going to put some little accents. Okay, we're just going to take these two pens. They're still wrapped in there. I just set them aside, and we're going to see if this has heated them up. I'm going to shake them a little bit. Oh, the tip that came right off. And you can see that that's an 05. That has a very fine line. That one's working just by warming it up. I live in a cold climate, and now that one I'm going to show you one, and it's not going to work. Might need just to warm that one up a little bit longer. I'm going to put it inside my little bag and warm it up just a little bit longer. I have another pen here so we can draw. But I've done it before where I have warmed those up, and it just helps that jelly roll ink come out. Okay, now on that white, I'm going to take my brown pen, and I'm going to do the same thing with my brown that I did with my jelly roll. And there you can see that we have a wonderful little tangle. I just have so much fun with this tangle. It just kind of makes me feel like spring. Whether we do it in pink, or there's another one in pink, you can see that in a little bit better. In pink or brown or black, great tangle. Let's see if this one's writing. Here we're going to bring it back up. I've warmed it up a little bit more. We'll move those out of the way. Yep, there it comes. It just needed warmed up. And you can see that it's doing much better. So when that ink, if you live in a cold climate and that ink gets cold, it's hard for it to come out. There's the one I was using. I have 2/8 out. But there we have Tulipa. And it is a great tangle. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And live videos, every once in a while, you'll get a live video. I thought they were fun. I did have some people who didn't like them, but it takes a little bit more preparation for me. I can't edit out the bad parts. So thanks again for watching, and don't forget to tangle every day. It's good for your brain, and it's just good for you all over. Thanks again, and have a great day.